Gary, you said after the opening day, 3-0 win at Wycombe, you still weren't happy last season. Are you happy after a 1-0 win after Rotherham?
No, funnily enough, I've just said to the players, I think they can be even better. But we asked them to play with courage. We asked them to play with personality, and I thought that the way they played was incredible against a very good team, a physical team, a team that's going to be right up there come the end of the season. We showed courage right from the first minute. We played with an identity, a belief in that identity. We created good chances, especially early second half, and you always felt like it was a 1-0 game. Rotherham were always in the game with the set-piece threat that they have, the physicality that they have. Noms came on, and we've seen, over the years when he was here, what Noms can do in terms of, bustling around the box and getting shots off. But we stood up to it, and we kept creating chances. We scored a fantastic goal, and although we were, hanging on at the end in terms of the finishers coming on and players obviously not quite up to full 90 minutes, I couldn't be happier with the team in the first game, but it's only a start. It's a long 10 months. I just said to the group, all the players were in there, the players that weren't in the squad today, and I said we're going to need everyone. We need to all be together for a long, hard 10 months, but it's a great start.
Performance levels exceptionally high, I thought.
Yeah, to a man, the whole team, the finishers and the starters, people making their league debut, young players on loan. And I love to see, the personality that they showed, the courage and possession to pass the ball through the thirds, play our way and create chances and look like a team that can score goals and hurt you. But also some of the work we did during the week in terms of how we deal with long balls, how we deal with the threat that Rotherham are going to pose, the way they took that information on and applied it was fantastic.
As a manager, it must taste pretty sweet when you make a substitution and then within 90 seconds they've scored.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Caleb, but he's done that before, obviously, when we played Cheltenham, and I'm delighted for him because it's been a hard probably year, 18 months of his career where he's had setback after setback with injuries. He's kept going. We've kept showing belief in him and he keeps delivering. He trains incredibly well every day and for that he gets his reward. When he comes on, he's ready. And I said to the finishers, all of them when they came on, they contributed. They gave the team energy when we really needed it and managed to see the game out. But delighted for Caleb to get that goal after, like I said, it's been a difficult time for him. So really happy for him.
Caleb will rightly get his name on the score sheet for that one, but let's talk about John Leofeco. A fantastic cross and a standing ovation when he was brought off as well. I mean, as debuts go, it's not a bad one.
Yeah, John Lee's been excellent. He came in a little bit later, so physically not quite where we want him to be. But again, a young player making his league debut, probably hasn't seen that sort of physicality before. Stood up to it, never took a backward step, has quality with the ball and without the ball, defends extremely well. So it's another young player we're delighted to have at the club. I think he has massive amounts of potential. We have lots of work to do on the training pitch with him, but he showed a glimpse of what he can produce today. And I thought, all the back lads, the way they defended, the way they stood up to one of the best striker in League One over the last few years. Noms, who we know how good he is, was first class to do that and get a clean sheet.
From day one, it's clear that all the new signs you've brought in have bought into what we're trying to do here. To see Tristan Kramer on his home league debut, geeing up the Big Bank, it was fantastic, and the Big Bank were at their very best today as well.
Yeah, the whole stadium was. I could feel it when I came in. The buzz was back. It's a meaningful game. It's 3 points at stake, and to see this stadium, bouncing to celebrate at the Big Bank and all round the stadium at the end is it's special. It's good that the players have felt that early. They've felt that after a really good performance. That can build confidence, but we have to feet back on the ground. It's one game. We seen last year, a good start means nothing. We have to stay humble for 10 months. We have to keep working hard, and if we do that, I believe we can have a hugely successful season.
Just to end, we obviously found out the results of that scan that we were waiting on Yannick Wildschut's injury. What can you tell us about the results of that?
Yeah, it's what we feared. His cruciate has gone, so it's a similar operation to Demi, possibly even a little bit longer with other damage within his knee. But I've known Yannick a long time. I signed him many years ago at Wigan. I've signed him again. His personality in the change room, his experience in the change room will be massive, and we will give him all the support he needs to get back to the level he was at. It's so frustrating because he's worked so hard. He was in a great place in pre-season, and sometimes football does that to you. But like I said, we will get around him. This club always supports, the players and gets around them. So we'll do that with Yannick, and I'm sure he'll work hard and work hard to get back to his best as quick as he can.